Welcome to my channel, y'all. Please, this is a mind boggler. I compared to my last video or earlier today. The game's finished against the Knicks versus the Suns. Um, I'm at a loss. It seems like the Knicks are here and there, everywhere practically. It's so weird. They beat the Suns by practically 19 points. I mean, how is that possible? I mean, they blew away the Rockets, in the last game, but they lost the San Antonio Spurs, and of course the debacle against the Mavs. I mean, I honestly thought, okay, maybe they'll keep it a game against the Suns, but they beat them by 19 points. I mean, I don't know what to say. Um, these Knicks are all over the board, and the fact that they didn't have RJ Barrett RJ Barrett is kind of surprising. Brunson was back at least, so that helped into a bit aspect of things. So with Brunson and Randall, like they were the two top scorers, of course, and then seems like Quickly and Grimes are back into their groove a little bit as well too. Seems like Grimes is turning out to be a really good pickup, basically, and Quickly is doing really well as well too. So I don't know what you want to do with Grimes or Quickly for that matter. I mean, Quickly might be a person because defensively he's good, but I think with Brunson in place, I don't know what you do with them. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, and Fournier, of course, is there. I mean, honestly, I would love if the Knicks could trade Fournier and maybe use Cam Reddish, start using Cam Reddish, but he's in the doghouse. So Thibodeau, I mean, you might as well just trade off Cam Reddish, hopefully for maybe a good set of draft picks. Considering that you traded for him for a draft pick, but fortunately a protected draft pick, but still a draft pick. Hopefully you can stockpile on some draft pick or to use Reddish and if you can use Reddish and Topin with maybe some draft picks that you have in place for a seasoned veteran player, basically a really good player for that matter. I mean, I don't know, we'll see. But again, the game today, the Knicks are all over the board now. I have no idea. I can't make any comments. I can't decide how good they are or how bad they are. I mean, if this is the way they are, where they're erratic, maybe if they do make the playoffs, they might be erratic enough that they might be a wild card in the game, in the playoffs, and they might cause some distraction and some distraction to the point where and they might be some upsetting some teams depending on who they play. But outside of that, yeah. Um, this the game itself was pretty straightforward. I mean, honestly, I honestly did not think this was going to happen, but it did. So I mean, well, what can you say? But then again, of course, the Wizards beating the Milwaukee Bucks, yesterday was interesting in itself, basically as well too. But it'll be interesting to see what happens, next game basically and so forth. Because honestly, with the Knicks the way they're playing, if they are erratic, I mean, they're what, seventh overall now in the conference for the playoffs. So we'll see what they do. Basically, it's anyone's game at this point. Honestly, I mean, honestly. Would it be good if they had, how good would they be if they had Porzingis still in place as well too? I don't know. But honestly, we'll find out, how they do. I mean, they go against the Spurs again this Wednesday. It'd be interesting to see if they can beat the Spurs and the Raptors. I mean, maybe these games bring off a point where, they just go on a winning streak again. If they can win against the Spurs, Raptors, Bucks, Pacers, and Wizards, who knows? Maybe it might be enough to get them farther up into the playoff spot at that point too, and that can make them be considered a threat into the playoffs as well too. But who knows? Time will only tell. But with that, let me know what your thoughts are. If you think the Knicks, if they make the playoffs, can they make some serious traction in the playoffs as well, and maybe be an upsetter? As I say before in all my other videos, I do read my comments, so please leave your comments, leave your feedback, or leave any questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities once I get notified. And also, please do subscribe. I'm not sure where it would be subscribe here or subscribe here. I've never really watched my videos when watching YouTube. But in any case, please do subscribe. And as I said in my other videos, if a million subscribers, I'll do something. 10 million subscribers, something completely different. to the point. 100,000 as well too. So please subscribe if you want to, and like or dislike. Like would be great actually, and the better, the more the better. Outside of that, yes, again, my opinions alone, and that's pretty much it. Right now, just over 5 minutes, and I'm actually going to end it off right here at this point. I usually end it off as I normally end it off with all my other videos, with this catchphrase: unfiltered, unedited, and unrehearsed. Until next time.